Welcome to Becoming a Cook. I'm Charlie Wetzel. Today I want to talk to you about butternut squash. It's really good for roasting, and it's great in a soup, and someday I'd like to put it in a ravioli because I hear that's really good too. Butternut squashes come in a variety of sizes and shapes. You can see some of them have this giant bulbous part on the bottom. Some are a little bit more tapered. What I want to do is I want to show you how to prep this so that if you wanted to slice it to serve it in like a casserole, like an au gratin, or if you wanted to roast it or make it into a soup, you'd be ready to go. The thing about butternut squash is it's got a really tough skin. What I do to start off with is I cut off the bottom. Isn't that a beautiful color? And I take off the top. After that, I'm going to peel it. And what I usually do is just give it a peel around this rounded edge. And then the same thing down below. And the reason I'm doing this is I want to be able to just do a pull on this to get the rest of the skin off. And if you miss any spots, just re-hit them. If there's a blemish, just take it off like that. And you don't have to take this all the way down to the bright orange. As long as you've gotten all the skin off, you're ready. My next step is going to be to get the seeds out of it. When you look at this, you can see there's this bulbous part here. It was really obvious on that big one. On this one, it's a little less obvious. You want to take your knife and try to cut right where that bulb starts. I've got solid here, but you can see I'm just hitting the edge where this hole is. From there, I'm going to cut this in half. And I want to get rid of these seeds and this pulpy business that's on the inside. For this, I just use a soup spoon. And what I want to do is I want to scrape. So I'm giving it a good scrape against there. Flip it. And same thing again on this side. What I'm taking out is really stringy. Obviously you don't want that. These stringy bits on the end are a little bit tough. Sometimes I'll just give that a little scoop and get rid of it. So you can see what I've got left is just squash without the seeds or pulp. Do the same thing on this side. And I'm giving this a pretty hard scrape to get this off because these stringy bits really want to cling and not let go. And then again, I'm going to use my spoon to just give this a cut. From here, if you were going to do, say, a gratin, you could cut this into a really thin slice. I'm going to roast this one. So I'm going to cut this, that's probably 3/4 of an inch thick. I typically cut this into 3 pieces. So those are roughly the same size. And I'll cut the middle one into squares and these into triangles. With this bit, I will cut that into these semicircles, and then I just want them to be roughly the same size as my other pieces. So you can see this is not an exact science because a squash is a thing of nature and it's not uniform. These are all about the right size for roasting, and I'll show you that in another video. If you want to see that, click here.